Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to another one of my live streams, and welcome to Surviving Romance. And in today's Surviving Romance, I have been very busy preparing for this particular live stream. As a matter of fact, when I shut down last night, after I talked to a few people who just needed to talk, what's going on, Kevin Myers? I believe you might be the first one in. Um, After I spent some time talking to some people who just needed to talk about some stuff that was on their mind, had to get some stuff out, I went ahead and started work on today's live stream. And I have a loaf of fresh baked bread I did this myself. Yep, you be the first. You are the first one. So I basically took some homemade bread, made some homemade bread and finished it up at around about, I was actually pulling it out of the oven at about 2 o'clock today. So that is taken care of. Now, I'm going to basically, in this live stream, turn that homemade bread into homemade bruschetta. Now, I've never done this before, but it shouldn't be too much different than what we've done in a previous actual recorded episode a while back. That episode's probably a couple years old now, where we actually made homemade bruschetta using Italian loaf bread that you can buy at your local Walmart. And it was fun and it was good. So this episode is not going to be too much different, except the only major change is we're doing this with homemade bread. And there's going to be a few things that's going to be a little bit different than the last time. When we did it last time, there's, I don't remember the video all that well. I've looked and I literally have over like 700 videos, so it's going to be hard to keep up with. What's going on, Chairman? So that's kind of what's going to be going on in this one. It's good to see you guys. Like I said, this is going to be real simple, real easy to do. Anybody could do this. It's like falling off of a log. Anybody could do this. The homemade bread, some people think it's cool, some people don't. Tomato, which here in a little bit, before we get to, I'll probably. There you go. That's what's up. That helps knowing the right people. So in this particular live stream, I'm glad you got everything back under control. In this particular live stream, we're going to be using not a whole lot of ingredients. Well, it's going to get kind of tedious. It's going to be a little tedious, but I promise you that there's not going to be too many people that are not going to argue and say, hey, man, that looks really good. So if you want to try this at home, you want to try this with, oh, wow, that is neat now. That's neat. Again, we've talked about bread making, both here on Surviving Romance, and we have talked about bread making over on the new series. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I'm just glad when you guys are here, and I understand when you can't be. Life happens. The world doesn't exactly revolve around Prince Magnum, As much as I like to think it might, it doesn't. That's the honest to goodness truth, Yeah, I get it. That's what's up. Today's live stream, there's going to be a lot that happens. Again, we're going to be making homemade bruschetta. We're going to be using my homemade bread that I made earlier today. So this is a fresh loaf of bread. Made a few minor changes to the recipe. I've been kind of experimenting with it a little bit, to try some different things out, and came to some different conclusions, things like that. And as a matter of fact, I did make one minor mistake. Oh, hey, I appreciate it. I actually made one minor mistake, but it'll give you an idea. You can tell how light I got this one. And uh, oh man, Princess Page just sent me a message. You got a huge order. There you go. That's what's up. So, um, and I got that loaf real light and fluffy this time. So it's a little bit closer to more store bought, but just minus all the nasty stuff that you get in buying store bought bread. You get a lot of stuff in there you really don't want. Um, it's bad. But I did augment the recipe with all-purpose flour. Good. You needed to put out more videos. That's what's up. Now that I've said that, um, in this particular live stream, we are also going to be using some classic olive oil and turning some of this classic olive oil into a garlic oil. Hey, what's going on, Queen Bee? How am I doing tonight? I'm doing great. Check it out, Queen. I made another one. This one's even better than the last one. Freshly baked today. And this one, I got so light. I mean, you could actually see how light that is. Isn't that amazing? I'm getting better at it, even better. So I'm going to be taking that loaf that I made earlier today and turning that into homemade bruschetta. Now, what really is bruschetta or bruschetta? Either, you could say either way. What is it? Right. I do actually have a way that I can make sourdough, but the problem is that it requires what is known as a sourdough yeast starter. Anybody can make it, okay? You have to understand, hang on a second. You asked the right question, okay? This is your normal store-bought yeast, okay? Normally it comes in pouches, but I got this in the jar. Once you open this, use it within about 6 months, which we have been. Okay, so for everybody else that doesn't know what I'm talking about, okay? So you asked the right question. But yeast is just a real unicellular fungi that floats around the air. We breathe it. It's everywhere, okay? Well, now that I've said that, what you need to do to make a sourdough starter is basically, you make up a slurry, a flour slurry, and then you set it out on a windowsill. Before you know it, yeast kind of migrate into that slurry. Then from that slurry, they bring their own brand of bacteria. And then with that brand of bacteria brings its own flavor. So that whole thing, San Francisco sourdough bread, is not just some marketing ploy. Legitimately, the sourdough starters bring their own flavor, and you can only get that flavor in the San Francisco Bay Area. So now that I've said that, I have thought about doing sourdough bread, but the problem, right? Exactly. Yeah, you have to use this up within 6 months. Now the pouches do last longer, and I do like the pouches, but there's a shortage of the yeast pouches in my area. So I got this instead. There you go. That does sound pretty good. So I got myself I got that. And I'll be honest with you, like I said, I've contemplated doing my own sourdough starter. As a matter of fact, there's actually a bakery in somewhere, I think in Paris, France, There you go. Oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. I love sourdough. The problem is that where um we have cats and they will drink anything. If I'm taking a hot soak because I got a sore back, they've got their heads in the tub and it's like, what the hell? Does the water taste better after your favorite human marinades in it? What the fuck? You know, that is weird, isn't it? That is weird. Well, um, so along with this, we're not gonna. We are doing canned tomatoes again, but this time there's going to be a slight change in what you guys are going to be used to. I'm going to kind of oven roast these tomatoes, so this is going to be kind of new. I've not done that before, but I've got a plan that should hopefully kind of be foolproof, so I don't screw this up. Because the last thing we want to do is make the kitchen all smoky. That would be no good. But before we get underway, because I know once I get started, the train's not going to stop and it's going to go fast. It's going to go real fast. I'm going to have a cigarette. Um, I do not. I do not. So we got to get through today's live stream and then come tomorrow. I have no idea what we're doing in tomorrow's live stream. Will be interesting. So today, like I said, bruschetta episode. Tomorrow, I don't know. I don't know yet. I haven't gotten that far. We might try to do another grow stream tomorrow. I know you all enjoyed doing the grow streams, and we had a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So as soon as I have this smoke, we're going to go in, set up, and then we're going to get this live stream started. And it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of cooking tonight, but nothing we haven't done before. It's stuff we've done like a gazillion times. And of course, when Princess Faye gets home from work, she'll have a nice dinner waiting for her. Yeah, YouTube likes to do these purges, and every once in a while they'll come after my channel too. I'll go up a few, then I lose a few, but then when I hit 1,000, I kid you not, they went on a purge and they said, oh, you'll lose about 10, 20 overnight. No, YouTube came after me hard. 50, 50 overnight. I'm sorry, no, it stopped at 57. Mm-hmm. YouTube has this nasty habit of trying to kill their own community. And the thing of it is that if we're making money, if they're making money and we're making money, everybody's happy. What's the problem with getting your numbers up enough where you could be monetized? Well, the problem is that YouTube wants, the corporations and everything. So just kind of a heads up, the bigger you get, the harder it is to keep it. And the more in the public eye you become, the one thing that I will also caution is you can go from hero to villain and just like that. Okay. Hmm? There you go. Okay. Okay. Um, I'm, I enjoy some video games. Video games are okay. But I don't mind streaming them every once in a while. It is fun when I'm low on content ideas. What's going on, Ubi? Ubi Allen coming through again. Yeah, you'll need that. Uh, Ubi, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. I like to do something. I like to do different things. I like to make people, think outside the box, and and that sort of thing. I like my DIY stuff. Right over there is the bicycle project that hopefully when I get paid tomorrow, we can go pick up the paint and start putting that thing back together. We still got to get a new bike chain for it. And of course, like I said, we got to shoot it with a brand new paint tomorrow. And then at the same time, I got to start. I got to start getting the last pieces of the puzzle because we are under 2 months to go before Project Spirit goes into the shop to get her brand new automatic transmission swap. What's going on, Mister Raven? Man, you better. I hope you are there tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, but well, regardless, I'll be streaming tomorrow. But I hope. Mm, I hope I see you in Tuesday Night Madness because it's going to be exciting. But this particular, oh, anywhere I can help, anywhere I can help. So this is going to be an exciting stream. Hopefully, by the end of this stream, you guys will have a little bit more cooking knowledge in your bag. Again, this is something that, I mean, I know it's a new age, and when I use the term, oh, it's one of the Bonterre City Police, um, rolling by, making sure everything's okay. That always makes me feel safe to know they're out and about. Um, but let me. Faye's doing pretty good today. She's at work. They just got a huge pizza order, and she's going to be busy, 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 busy. Um, Sometime I'd like to hook up with you, Raven, and get a little practice in on go for it. I'd like to get a little practice in with you, Raven. You're for those Raven says he's not a very good player. He's actually better than he'll admit. He's really good. He's a really good Fortnite player, and I could use some practice. Um, I could use some practice. Well, the weekends seem to be like ridiculous. Fortnite. I need to get some serious practice in for Tuesday Night Madness, and I know that when Princess Faye and I play, I do really good. But the hard part is expanding beyond, kind of getting used to how other people play. I do really, Ian and I do really well, but it's that fourth person that I'm having difficulty, because for some reason I'm just not doing as good. Hmm? Hubby better be in that live stream Tuesday. It's going to be exciting. And I do not stream. That looks actually like mine, Kevin. And there's that custom URL I talked about. So I'm getting ready to butt this cigar, and we're going to go in and start cooking. Like I said, we're going to be doing this with homemade bread that I made earlier today. Um, yeah, it looked awfully familiar. And really, I don't really enjoy the building aspect of the game. I like the traveling around, even with the vehicles. I found that I enjoy like going to different locations and collecting the supplies and then picking, that whole you guys got to understand, I spent a good part, there you go, Chairman. I spent a good part of my early my early 20s studying with a lot of ex-military, U.S. Marines, U.S. Army, and these guys taught me a great deal. Say, Kevin. Well, I mean, we're always glad to have you here at on the Prince Magnum channel. You just kind of threw me. I seen that. I was like, wait a minute, that's my channel, Goofenheimer. So tonight, you know, like I said, we're gonna make homemade bruschetta, and I'm gonna do some oven roasting and things like that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. What's going on, Mikey G? All righty, let's get underway. It's good to see you, Mikey. Mikey G and I were doing Save the World earlier, but the computer crashed. It just did like this nosedive. Boom! Crashed like, you know, crashed hard. Looked like something out of the '90s. TWA Airlines, you know, from the '90s. It crashed hard. Um, so again, we're gonna start this off with doing kind of making some oil, and y'all are familiar with my garlic oil. I even had got my bottle out that we used for making garlic oil last time. Thank you, I appreciate that, Kevin. So little Zelda, she has been just wired. There you go. So I have to go over and check that out. I was all wound up too. I was excited and in the zone, man. I've been having some difficulties where I'm at because I'm a little further ahead than you are. But I've been having fun playing Save the World. Mm. For those who don't know, I like my root beer. All righty. So we're going to start this party off. And I've got some coffee ready to go. So I'm going to grab me a coffee cup. Get the one that my son got me. Heads up, YouTube's been purging again. They actually purged two off my. Oh no, she had the zoomies. She had the zoomies big time today. So I'm going to turn the camera over here towards what I'm working on so you guys can kind of see. If you're able to, go full screen. If you're on a television, you're already full screen, so you won't have to change a thing. So I got a little pan here, and I'm basically going to take about 4 cloves of garlic. Okay, that's going to go into my pan directly. Now this is crushed and chopped. Okay, crushed and chopped, and we may not even, depending on how this goes, we may not even need that. Oh, really? I'm horrible at well, and Save the World. I mean, my building skills are amazing. Okay. If you were to ask me, I'd say maybe about a third of a cup of your classic or cold pressed olive oil. Please, again, we are using high heat, so we don't want to go that big on the pan. Well, we're going to be using high heat, so please do yourself a favor and don't use the extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil goes better in like dips. It goes well in, you know, it goes well in dips, salad dressings, like vinaigrettes, you know, things like that. You do not want to apply heat to it. The reason why you don't apply heat to extra virgin olive oil is because it has a low smoke point. And what's going on, Ian? About time we see you, buddy. Good to see you. I am all fired up about Tuesday, and I'm still working on that video for you. It's a special birthday shout out video that I know it's one of those ones you may not have asked for it, but once you see it, you'll be like, yeah, I probably should have asked for this. But it is so good to see you, Ian. I've been missing you, buddy. I know you were lurky turkey yesterday, but it's so good to see you today. And you missed it. We did a grow stream a couple of days ago, and we got Pinky a couple more people. If you'd been there, we would have tried to pick your channel up a little bit more too while we were at it. So we're going to keep working on you guys. you know. So right now I am lightly cooking and turning some regular classic olive oil, just regular classic olive oil, into garlic oil. We are going to need this later in the stream, okay? Over here, we've got, again, a loaf of my fresh baked bread, okay? It is so good to see you, Ian. One of the greats here on the channel. There we go. Chairman lost some people. Evidently, he had some problems with his account and had a heck of a time getting things squared away. So he's double checking, making sure that he's still connected with y'all. Okay? So, and then over here, I've got some canned diced tomatoes. Oh, now you stop that. You stop that, Mikey G. You're good. You're good at what you do. I don't know where you get that idea. Not that good. I'm average at best. Of course, today, I mean, trying to do things on Sundays. Woo! It's a rough show, folks. Turn up the heat just a smidgen. And again, I've got a loaf of fresh baked bread that I did earlier today. Now, Princess Faye and a few of my Sunny friends. Yeah, see, he got all disconnected and everything. So we're gonna let this kind of cook over here on the cooktop for about 5 minutes. Doesn't need a whole lot of high heat, but we're gonna need this oil for later in the stream. Now over here, you're gonna need a loaf pan. This loaf pan is basically going to be used for our tomatoes. And what we'll be doing is I'll basically take the tomatoes in here, putting them in there, adding some of the oil and all of the garlic to our tomatoes, and then we're going to put them under the broiler. And every couple of minutes, we're going to pull them out long enough, stir them up, put them back in. We're just looking to drive off the moisture and kind of dry them out, intensify the flavors. I'm glad you got that squared away, Chairman. It's so good to see you all tonight. I'm so glad y'all are here. It's going to be a great live stream. Of course, to me, any day above ground is a great day. We're also going to be using the broiler again. There you go. There you go. I'm glad you're back, Kevin. And here in a little bit, we will be using the broiler. We're going to be using the broiler a lot in this stream, okay? It's kind of a forgotten part in the kitchen. A lot of people forget they got the broiler, you know? That's what's up. Okay, we got a light fry on. Now I'm going to shut the heat off, let residual heat carry it to where I want it. All right? And you can kind of hear a light sizzle. There we go. All right, and I'm also going to say, be very, very careful doing garlic in a fry like this. The reason why is because garlic burns really, really, really easy. It just burns really easy. We're going to go ahead now and take it off the heat. Just by looking at it, I can see the edges starting to brown. And that's as far as I want to take it, because all of the flavor now is infused into that oil. So that's what I wanted. Over here in my loaf pan, we're going to take and dump, again, petite diced tomatoes, canned tomatoes. All right, we're going to pop that right into the roasting pan, well, into our little loaf pan, all right? Now, we're just looking to intensify the flavor. We could put some of the garlic in there, which I would really like to. We'll take a few moments and fish that garlic out, because this will go in with the recipe. And the rest of this oil we will need throughout the stream a little bit later for the garlic toasting part for our bread. All right. Now, real quick, for those who are not familiar with bruschetta, basically it's a garlic bread. And a lot of restaurants will heat stuff high on that, and you really shouldn't. Most Italians would say that's a little over the top. That it takes it into a realm. Basically, don't turn your bruschetta into a salad, is what they would probably tell you. So we're going to come in here, and I'm going to grab a little bit of, I'm going to grab some pink Himalayan salt. Some pink Himalayan salt. And a good sized pinch is all we need. We're going to give that a stir. And now I'm going to start the broiler again. Well, I'm going to start my broiler. Not bake, broil. I'm going to turn it on high. All right. Now, the salt is there not to make the food taste salty, but salt is good for drying things. And we want to dry this. We want to dry out the tomatoes. We want to intensify those flavors. So that is what we're going for. So we're going to pop this into the oven, and I'm going to remove this pan of water from baking bread earlier. All right, we're going to close this up, but not all the way. Remember, keep this part, keep it open, because ovens have a tendency to cycle on and off. There you go. Now, this pan here, it's got the cooling rack on it. That's going to be used for our bread, turning it in to the actual garlic bread part of it. So we're going to need that here in a little bit. But while we're waiting, I'm going to grab my cutting board. Grab out my box grater. And get some Parmesan cheese. Now, real quick, for those that do not know, Parmesan cheese is not just Parmesan cheese, okay? Real quick, there's really two types that come like this. There's, like this, it's just Parmesan cheese. But then there's Parmesan Reggiano, which is, it's a regional thing, comes from a certain area in Italy, and I don't know a whole lot about it. But in this country, it's hard to get Parmesan Reggiano. You can get regular Parmesan cheese, or you could get the fake stuff. Okay? I like this better. So, tastes 1,000 times better. Trust me on that. Okay? So, a little bit of Parmesan. Now go with the side that kind of grates like, I mean, you could use this side, you know, the one's got the big holes. What's going on? Midnight Cool. Or you could use this side. I found that this does the best job for Parmesan. So here we go. Making Yeah, this is freshly grated Parmesan cheese. The real stuff. Not the stuff in a can. We've got that, but we got it from Dollar Tree, and we got it on purpose for that one, $10 dinner for two, which I got that from Dollar Tree. But that's mostly salt and other stuff. So I don't usually like using anything like that. I don't like that, Sam. I am. It's not good for you, you know. Heart attack. Heart attack in a green bottle or in a green container. Okay, I can live with that. There we go. Set this off to the side. It is so good that you're here, Ian, because I know you're probably going to razz me the whole way through. He will too. Love that guy. And there we go. Real, freshly grated Parmesan cheese. No skimping here. This is surviving romance. No need to skimp on the good stuff. Now, when storing your Parmesan like this, it's best if you have wax paper or something like that where it can breathe a little bit, or a plastic bag and just kind of leave it open a little. Or, yeah, here we go. Yeah. Or you could do like I'm going to do. Grab yourself a sealable container, drop it right in there like that. Leave one corner up. Okay, like that. All right, and then you can put that in the fridge. Good for a long, long time like that. Well, I'm sorry, Queen. You're gonna hate me even more before this stream. I'm doing my job if you're getting hungry. All right, we're going to give this a light stir. Light stir. Might help if I put this on my left hand because I'm right-handed. Like an idiot. There we go. Back under the broiler. Good and warm in there. A cold winter day. There we go. Okay. Now the Queen is all ticked off at me. We're going to come over here. Freshly baked bread from earlier today. I'm going to grab out. You could grab a bread knife or a good chef's knife with some serrations like that. Okay? Check that out. Nice and soft on the inside. Good light crunch on the outside. Just perfect. I'm going to set this off the side for later. Look at that. Mm. Kind of like garlic bread. You'll see. Mm. Now I'm going to make Queen really mad with me. Watch this. See, Queen? Made homemade bread. She's going to hate me. She's wanting to reach through the camera and grab what's left right here. Telling you. I didn't, you know. I'm going to set this off to the side. Right over here is our bread, which will get the garlic oil and be put under the broiler here very soon. Like I said, Queen Bee is ready to choke the life out of your... Well, I tell you. Well, I tell you. You haven't seen anything yet. You think this is bad? Wait till I get closer to the end of the stream. Now take a bite. Back into the broiler again. Right now, we're just driving off the excess moisture for our tomatoes. And then once they come out, it'll be easily scooped out and applied right to the top of our garlic bread, and then sprinkle on the Parmesan cheese. Ooh. Now Queen's pissed. Now she's really pissed because she's not here. Her and TFC aren't here eating. Yep, she's going to give me another middle finger here in a second. You're getting eaten up by mosquitoes. That ain't no good. That sucks. Taking Prince Magnum's freshly baked bread and turning it into homemade bruschetta or bruschetta. Either one, I've heard it said both ways. I've heard it said both ways. It's back to that tomato thing. And I think I've heard more people say that it's probably closer. Well, I tell you guys. Well, I tell you. And Princess Faye gets to come home to this. Ooh, that does sound good, though. Here we go. Stir this often. Infused with a little bit of garlic oil that we just made earlier in the stream. Yummy. I don't know any woman that doesn't enjoy when a guy gets something about it. Cranberry cinnamon bread. That's funny as hell. I've met a lot of women that love the homemade stuff that I do here on the channel. They love it. They absolutely enjoy it. They get such a kick out of it, and they're like, I'm, where did you learn to cook like this? I studied, I learned, you know, and guys, well, and it is a new age, so I'll go ahead and say it, or gals, you know, how many times, I've said this a few times, but how many times have you, sat there and gone, well, I have this talent or this talent, and I want to share it with my other half. Well, that's one of the things that I've been trying to impress on everyone is to show off your talents, your abilities for your other half. Cooking is one of the things that I enjoy. And here we are doing it, in a live stream. Now that smells amazing. I'm thinking a few more minutes under the broiler and this will be absolutely 110% perfect. The tomatoes smell and the garlic with the oil, and it's just, that's what I'm talking about. Back under the broiler. And then, while we're finishing up this home stretch, I'm going to grab some of our garlic oil from earlier and start lightly brushing it on the homemade bread. There you go. Look at that. Welcome back, Raven. Glad you made it back. Queen Bee's chewing me out. She's on to me. There we go, homemade. This is the garlic portion of it. This is going to be good. It's going to be real good. You guys are going to love this. Again, I made this bread earlier today. I made it myself. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. Oh, I got to do it. Anyhow. I'm thinking that's about as far as we need to take it. So where is the clear? Okay, there we go. Clear. Now, for those of you, oh, why did I do that? Ian, why'd you let me do that? Doggone it. Got to turn that back on. Oh, Lee. Ian, you let me turn off the oven. Thankfully, it's just the broiler. All right, so we're going to pop this back open. I'm giving him crap. He's always giving me crap. It's good for him. And we're going to slide this under. Now, if your oven has a tendency to get hot spots, because I know you love your food. All right, we're going to put that under the broiler for a few moments. When it comes back out, when we're done toasting it under the broiler, we're going to put on a little bit more olive oil, more of our garlic oil that we made a while ago. And then we're going to let it sit and cool. I love you, Ian. Oh my gosh, he's great. I wouldn't have him any other way. You getting hungry on me? I'm sorry. Now, if y'all are wondering what this looks like, let's see if I could do this without screwing anything up. This is the topping for our bruschetta. Just I'm going to turn this. There we go. Back under the broiler. We're on the home stretch. Freshly grated Parmesan. Like I said, Queen's going to get mad at me as soon as I make this. I'm telling you. She's going to call me an asshole. I promise. Come on, TFC. All right, Chairman. It's good to see you, buddy. You go rest well, okay? Pleasant dreams. Don't think of things I would think of because I'm a messed up, sick puppy. That's right. I admit it. Oh, yeah. Now, where's the clear button? There it is. I'm still getting used to this oven. Oh, no. Your watcher called me an asshole. Watch this. Look at that. Lightly toasted with garlic, with my garlic oil on top. Doesn't that look good? Looks great, doesn't it? Now, we know you did, Queen. Which one do I want first? We're going to do it like this. All righty. Grab this plate right here. We're going to lay out our nice hunk of homemade bread. I'm going to take and scoop some of our oven roasted tomatoes right on top. Make sure I get some garlic in there. Garlic bits. And then the freshly grated Parmesan cheese. There you have it. What do y'all think? Does that look good? What do y'all think? Let's give it a try. That's good. Tomato flavor, just like super intense. It's good. There's some over here. You all welcome to it. Oh my gosh. And I mean, I could even have put, I wouldn't have put too much more on here. Told you. The bread is still soft on the inside. And the outside has this wonderful crunch to it. Wow. This is like just amazing. The Parmesan cheese is just like It hits you right in the face. It's really good. And again, I mean, it's easy to make. Even if you don't do the homemade bread, you can use like an Italian loaf bread from like Walmart. And they sell where I live, it's like $1. Queen, I told you the front door's open. You'll take 6. I can make more. I can make more. Mm, mm, that's really good. Could even use a little bit of homemade bacon bits on there. I wouldn't put any more than that. Um, for those of our friends out there who are vegan, you can trade out the Parmesan cheese for imitation bacon bits because that's made of soybean. That's a soy product. Um, does it look good? Doesn't that look amazing? Taste amazing too. It's easy to make. Easy to make. And of course, Princess Faye has a whole bunch waiting for her when she gets home. Mm. Don't even need eating utensils. Just pick it up and go to town with it. It's amazing. There you go. Get yourself a bite. Come on, Kim. I mean, it's really good. The flavor is amazing. And again, I mean, it's just my homemade bread that you guys have seen me make like a gazillion times over and over again. So it's like really, really, really good. Mm. Garlic flavor is just like powerful. It's just amazing. And didn't take that long to make. Other than the homemade bread, that takes me like 15 hours. I'm sorry, Queen. I told you, front door's open. Get in here and get yourself some. Wow. You really suck. Wow. And I'm telling you, it's just I'll be right back. Ian is giving her so much shit right now. Oh my gosh. Mm. Trying for that husband of the year award here, where I live. Basically, Princess Faye gets to come home to something like this. I love being able to do stuff like that for my wife. I love giving her the bragging rights. You know what my husband made for me last night? I love being able to do that. I love to cook. And there for a while where I worked, some of the guys would pick on me and say, "Oh, yeah, you like to cook, huh?" And, I mean, they kind of tease me. It's like, "Yeah, how's married life treating you?" I'm like, "All right, touche." One of the other married, he's like, "I'm not a very good cook, but I do other stuff." And it's like, man, that's awesome. So everyone's got their talents, utilize them, you know, give the best you got to your other half. And cooking's one of the things that I'm really good at. And I try to give Princess Faye the best I've got, you know, from homemade bread and turning it into something like this. This is where it's at. This is what I enjoy. And she'll tell you that it is hard to lose weight because, after a couple kids, every woman experiences it. I don't think Mother Nature is a cruel mistress sometimes. Uh, um, you know, women end up getting kind of the raw end of the deal when it comes to when they have kids and everything. So if she wants to try to trim up, it's hard to do it when you got food like this waiting for you. True story, bro. Mm. Again, the flavor is absolutely just intense. I mean, it hits you in the face. So it's like bam, like a slippery fish. You ever never been hit in the face with a slippery fish? You have no idea what I'm talking about. I used to fish when I was a kid and had one slip out of my hand and it pop, like being hit in the face with a brick. That's another story. Okay, I've never been hit in the face with a brick, but I had it described to me. It's like it being hit in the face with a slippery fish. Anyhow, that is really good. We're gonna have to do. Mm, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to record how to make the homemade bread that I make. Again, anybody can do this. It's ridiculously easy. One of these days, I'm gonna. I tell Queen every time you turn around. Well, I'm waiting for you guys to come over. One of these times, I'm gonna knock at the front door. She'll be like, "We're here. Who's over here? Make yourself at home." Oh my gosh, bread's still really soft on the inside, like still like even though it's not like hot out of the oven, still got that soft, fresh out of the oven taste. She got so hungry she had to go down and grab herself a bite to eat. Well, we know I did it right. That's what's up. Again, I love to cook. Love to cook, love to work on cars. I give the best I got to my wife. And that day will come when, when it's time for me to pass on from this world and they'll be able to say, Prince Magnum gave you the best years of his life. I hope she can turn right around and say, yes, he did. I am not in the mood for any more coffee right now. Don't worry, I don't have a fever. I want a root beer. Root beer. So let's have a root beer and a cigar. And let's talk about what we can do for tomorrow. And then, of course, remember, folks, we're not going to be live. We will not be live Tuesday. Tuesday Night Madness. As a matter of fact, I purposely got Fortnite downloaded to that old laptop just so I could play Fortnite with all of you. And I have so much fun. I have so much fun with you all. I know Princess Faye is like Ian's sniper partner in Fortnite, and they do an amazing job together. But I really wish I'd have captured that one. Ian and I were trotting along, and there was a guy taking pop shots at us, and I got a good spot and took one of the ARs, semi-automatic ARs, and started firing shots at him. And pretty soon Ian seen that guy go down. He's like, "What the heck? What did you pick him off with?" I said, "An AR." He's like, "That's a medium range weapon. That was a pretty good distance off." I said, "Yeah, it was." And he's like, "That was impressive, man. That was impressive. I have to say, that was a pretty good shot." And then I, usual gag, said, "Well, you know me, I aim to please." And we just had a big laugh about it. And I think we won that round, actually. We won that round, if I remember correctly. Welcome back, Queen. Have a lot of fun over there hanging with Ian and Pinky, and of course Queen B. Playing Fortnite with Queen B is hilarious, especially if you say, "Now remember, folks, when in doubt, whip it out." Aim to please. Getting a little bit better at it. Nobody tell Queen the new surprise. I got a new skin. I got a couple of new skins, and Did we? I think we did. Yeah. Uh, um, yep. Yep. When in doubt, whip it out. And Queen got a video over there on the. I mean, that was hilarious. I don't think I've laughed that hard. And I was sitting there laughing, and then I was like, I got nothing. I got nothing. I got nothing on that. Yeah, I didn't know what to say at that point. I'll tell you another one that we got to do, Ian. We got to get the gang together and do the rags to riches run. I want to do that one. We got to get the gang together for that. That looks like a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Man, I mean, I've been dying to do that one. So, do you guys want another grow stream tomorrow? Is that what you guys would like, another grow stream? Because we had a lot of fun in the last grow stream. Would you guys like another grow stream? Because if I can help you guys get your channels a little bit bigger, I will. I think that would be a lot of fun helping, doing that again. Or if things go well enough, well, no, I'll need a day or two to start picking up supplies. Got to put in yeah. Ian, I wished you'd have been able to be there, but I knew you were having your big birthday celebration and everything. So I understood. Believe me, I understood. And I'll tell you right now, I know some channels just jumped like quite a bit, and we might try to do that at least once a week. Do a grow stream and help everybody's channel out because we had a good time. We had a real good time. It was a lot of fun. Actually, it was amazing. So if we can help people grow their streams and everything, grow their channels, by all means. But I knew you were out celebrating big time. I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. I know when we come back Wednesday, if all goes well, weather permitting, we're going to try to finish up that axe head, getting it polished up for urban survival. I know this is looking at next week. We got to finish up that axe head. And then, shoot. After that, the next thing on the agenda is getting the rest of the parts, doing like a small unboxing. I only have one more part I have to order off for Project Spirit, and that's the cross member. And I might call the guys from the big three back on 92. Okay, we'll see what we could do about that. We'll see what we could do about that. I'll have to lay down kind of some knowledge, some need to know knowledge at the beginning of the stream. Matter of fact, we even helped grow somebody's channel who was over 3,000. We even helped them grow a little bit too. They're like, I can't even believe you, man. You're like freaking awesome. It was Viable Solutions. Helped him grow his. He's at like when we finished, he was at 3.08K. And he's like, I can't even believe you did that for me. Hi, honey. Hang on a second. We'll go in real quick so my honey can see what we cooked up tonight. There's the garlic toast made from the homemade bread. And right over here is our oven roasted tomatoes. And in here, freshly grated Parmesan cheese. waiting for you when you get home. So if you go hungry, I don't know what to tell you on that one. Yeah, Queen's been all over me. Yeah, it's all my fault, you know. Uh, so okay, so tomorrow we're gonna do another grow stream. Oh yeah. Well, I'm excited for you to get home. I miss you, babe. I miss you, honey. Um, so again, Tuesday we will not be streaming. Wednesday it looks like it's going to be a DIY project of some sort, and I'm thinking it's probably going to be the axe head because I've got to place an order for that cross member. Once it comes in, I'm going to start looking at getting it cleaned up and ready to go on to Project Spirit. I'll probably have to replace the transmission mount for the automatic transmission. And somewhere in this, I've got to take the transmission over to Torque Diesel and Auto. And once it goes over there, they're going to take a good close look at everything. Yep, Princess Faye goes live tomorrow at noon, which I'm not sure what that would be in the UK for you guys. So just kind of a heads up. Depending on where you're at, it'll be noon Central Standard Time. And I know at 7 o'clock p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. where you guys are over in the UK. So heads up. 5 or 6. Okay, thank you, honey. And I have no idea what she's going to be doing. Not a clue. Okay, 6 p.m. Okay, perfect. So Princess Faye will be live tomorrow for a little while. I will be at work at that time. One of them things. Let's see. There you go. That's what's up. And Princess Faye, it looks like she... Okay, honey. Can't wait for you to get home. I'll miss you. So, along with all of this, basically, I've got less than 2 months to go to get Project Spirits parts together and start getting it over there to that shop. I got to clean up. How's Zelda? She has been running her little butt off, and I think she's went behind the couch and crashed out. But she's been playing hard. Oh my gosh, she had the zoomies real bad. She was zipping all over the apartment, knocking stuff over. Just she was strung out. Just, I guess she thought it was time to hunt, and she was wound up for sound. So, yeah, she's been hell on wheels today. Just, I mean, terrorizing. And then yesterday, oh yeah, she had lots of energy. I keep saying that she looks like a lynx in the face with her ears. You might also, if you haven't done it yet, TFZ. Oh my gosh. What about mosquitoes? He's a killer. No, I didn't get a chance to record it. And for whatever reason, it's like when the camera comes out, the cats stop doing what they're doing. So I'm lucky to record much on those cats. I get, it's like getting them to play is about the best I can do. Been a beautiful day. What's going on, Viable? You missed it. Made some homemade bruschetta. Enjoyed some on camera. It was really, really, really good. Did it with my homemade bread that you swear up and down's got to be like a brick. It's not. It's really light and fluffy. Yeah, I said fluffy. Please note, I didn't say fluffer. I said fluffy. Oh man. So, um, so the plan is then. There you go. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say hairy, but it you know it has all to do with the gluten structure of the bread, and yeah, I'll just bore you to tears with all that sciencey stuff. But it's really really good. My homemade bread's amazing. Now the first loaf I ever made, oh my gosh, that was a block, and it was good for soup, but that's about it. It was a concrete. You would be right with the first one. I still got all my teeth. Still got all my teeth. Except for my wisdom teeth. I had those pulled a long time ago. Matter of fact, when I had my wisdom teeth pulled, I asked the dentist. I said, just out of curiosity, doctor. I said, do you know a Dr. Pullum or a Dr. Yankum? And he kind of looked at me. He's Dr. Pullum, Dr. Yankum. Oh, you are man. Well, she's not home right now. She'll be home here in a little bit. Uh, she's stuck at work right now, and I got to go to work back to work tomorrow. So, it's been a really good stream. Been a really good stream. Been really quiet and pleasant, and had a good time. Had a real good time cooking and things like that. So again, tomorrow it looks like we're going to be doing another grow stream, and they seem to do very well. Um, the last one we did, I forget it was. That's funny, man. Uh, I love that. Yeah. Well, when that same dentist, when he uh, when he went to get the X-rays, I said, doctor, just so you know, be sure to get my good side, and I'd like wallets of these. And he's like, that is the first time anybody's ever said that to me, and he laughed. He's like, that is hilarious. He's like, where do you come up with this? I said, I don't know. So yeah, the Dr. Pullum or Dr. Yankum. And since you said the one about the uh, since you said that one, V, I'll have to tell you this one. You'll appreciate it. Um, in the old days, when I'd get upset, and I would get really upset. Can't close it all the way. Galaxy's still sitting out on the porch. I would get upset. I always made a joke, and if I did it at work, I always said something. I always made a joke about what I could have been, and I said I could have been anything. I could have been a doctor. Shoot, could have been a lawyer. I could have even been a farmer. How hard is it to be a farmer? Get up every day, get a hoe in your hands, and you plant seeds. You and everybody always thought that was funny. Well, one gal turns around and says, Prince Magnum, I've heard about all the women you've slept with. You need not tell that joke. I looked at her straight faced and said, sleep had nothing to do with it. And you should have seen the look on her face. She let out a gasp and said that she was going to tell my girlfriend at that time what I said. And when she did tell her, she's like, it doesn't surprise me. It just does not surprise me. And he says shit like that all the time. you know, Sleep had nothing to do with it. Oh, thank you, Kevin. Yes, yes, I actually know who you're talking about. He wrestled against Bret the Hitman Hart. Think it was in between when he was having that whole feud with Jerry the King Lawler back in the 90s. But yes, I actually know exactly what you're talking about there. I know exactly what you're talking about. Um, let's see. Um, Trying to think. Hello, Galaxy. That's funny. That's funny. She she probably didn't know what to say. I haven't heard that one. That's a good one. Yep. I actually remember that. Yep, Galaxy's in rare form. Look at that face. She purring. We Zelda has started lashing back at Galaxy. She wants nothing to do with Galaxy. Galaxy has finally pissed her off where if she gets too my God, that's funny. But yeah, Zelda wants nothing to do with Galaxy. She actually starts hissing and growling at Galaxy now because Galaxy was so mean to her, and now now Galaxy can't even get close to Zelda without any repercussions. Hey, I'm the guy who actually went into a Chinese restaurant one time and asked for some young chick. You should have seen the look on their face. They didn't know what I was talking about. It's an American joke, and then they thought about that, and then they realized and they thought then it was kind of funny. They're like, "Oh, you a funny guy." I'm like, "I'd like to think I am." I didn't know what to say. Um, yeah, yeah, that was bad. And for those that missed it yesterday, we had an amazing makeup live stream. That was so much fun. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun yesterday. Poor Queen was laughing so hard she couldn't even. I'm pretty sure she, as TFZ would say, she was face palmed and giggling the whole time. Pretty much when the makeup was finished, it turned into, well, let's just say Cinnamon was in rare form. Oh my gosh. You should have seen. I'm telling you, the whole time she's probably sitting there thinking, "You need to stop making love to the camera. That's just wrong." It's hilarious. Um, let's see. And it was another Boy George look. It was the last of them, so we don't have to do any more Boy George unless Princess Faye wants to see if she can basically outdo any of them before. So we've covered all three of his most iconic looks. I don't count the stuff he's doing today because I mean, pretty much today. I mean, yeah, Culture Club still does an amazing job. They still do make good music, but it's nothing like what it was back in the '80s. It's just not the same. And it's kind of like, I still like the stuff that Kiss was doing in the later years, but it wasn't quite as good. Holy crap, Batman! I'm constipated. Here, Robin, try the bat enema. Oh, Batman, I don't like the bat enema. The end of it's shaped like a bat wing and it hurts. I guess that joke's better than holy inebriation, Batman. You're awfully drunk. What's really funny, what's really funny is whenever I take those live streams, and I'll even turn the volume off for my boss, but all she has to do is see some of the acting that goes on in those live streams. And the last two times she got a look at what I was doing, her eyes took like permanent residence in her hairline. And she's like, you need to stop this right now. One point, she actually smacked me in the shoulder and said, you got to stop this. That's just no. What is wrong with you, Galaxy? Your tail is in the way. Isn't she a pretty cat? And she's like, I've had enough of snuggles. Well, I haven't had enough of snuggling. She's a pretty black cat. I don't know how anybody could be so mean to cats. We have where I live, people are so superstitious and they're so mean to black cats. And it's horrible, horrible what they do. They'll run them over and they'll shoot them. And, it's like, come on, guys. It's just a black cat. They don't mean any harm. It's not their fault their fur's that color. Oh, it's genetics. Why you gotta be mean to them? But they are. They're mean to them around here. So every Halloween, the shelters won't even let you adopt any black cats, and just because of how mean people are around these parts to cat, they're generally mean to cats anyways, but even more so to the black cats, and it's just horrible, horrible, breaks the heart. And they're so beautiful. I don't know how anybody can be mean to any cat for that matter. I mean, I'm telling you. I mean, the worst I've ever done, I believe, is take a laser pointer. But black cats are just. But anyhow, yeah. Every time I show any clip to my boss, she just like, oh my God. And she actually smacked me in the shoulder one of the last times. She's like, you do not need to do. She's like, you got to stop this. She's like, no, your acting is getting too good with this. Way too good. She's like, you got to stop this. And I'm laughing the whole time. I said, what? And for the record, this same boss is the one, she's like, when after the very first makeup live stream, that's horrible. Like, man. But in the case of like when I'm telling you, when she's seen the first makeup live stream, when my boss seen it, I kid you not, she looked at that, she's like, oh my God, I barely recognize you. I said, does it look good? Yes, I did. And that was the one where she smacked me in the shoulder. I kid you not. She smacked me in the shoulder and she's like, you need to stop this. She's like, this same boss was the one that after the very first makeup live stream, when I showed her, she's like, oh my God. She's like, you look better in makeup than I do. What the hell? And her and a few of the other gals were like, it's just, no, it's not fair. And it's like, she did, yeah, she did a good job, but it doesn't need to do that good. I said, I thought it was awesome. Yeah, you need to stop. That's just wrong. True story, bro. Oh my gosh, and yesterday poor Queen. She was like, I know she was giggling the whole time, but that's the stream that I'll tell her you said hi there, Kevin. You rest up, brother. Yeah, I've got high cheekbones because of being Native American. So whenever my makeup goes on, I don't require a whole lot of contouring. But Princess Faye did a little bit yesterday. Uh, and yesterday's theme was Boy George's Culture Club. His Raggedy Ann look, the one he's most known for. And I even had low pigtails and everything. It was cool. Glad you were here, Kevin. Another great guy, part of the channel. I love that guy to pieces, you know. And I love his work. I love his work on YouTube. One of the true content creators, I'm telling you. Simple, but just effective what he puts in there. It's just good stuff, really good stuff. Him and Chairman both good creators. Of course, all of you are. All of you are. Everything I've seen from you guys, just amazing. Just I enjoy it. I know everybody's been playing Fall Guy, and I'll be honest with you, it just doesn't look like my cup of tea. I mean, y'all are having fun, and that's the important thing. But my personal favorite games are still the classics, and I still enjoy, the original Legend of Zelda, which we got to get a different capture card. The one that we got donated to us was amazing, but unfortunately, it won't connect to a computer. That was upsetting. I was all brokenhearted. It happens. But on the other hand, there's a couple of videos that I need to redo. One of them is Ian. You're familiar with Ian is actually very familiar with the Breath of the Wild backstory. And I did a whole theory relating to the possible love affair that could have turned out between Princess Mipha and Link in Breath of the Wild. And then from there, I was able to do a different theory because there's a lot of the Legend of Zelda game theorists out there that claim that Link could have not won the original fight. I actually did the detective work in game and found all the locations that says yes, they could have won. And it all hinged on if they wouldn't have went to Hitano, if they would not have gotten caught at Hitano Fort, it would have been a different story. It would have been a totally different story than what we initially thought of. And when I'm able to explain that, I did it in a video before and did a pretty decent job. It was long-winded. Fortnite, huh? Yeah, I'm still working on that. I would love to. I'd love to hook up with you guys and play some, stream some Fortnite, but right now that's just not possible at the moment. Computer I got isn't bad, but it's not that great. I mean, it's not bad, but it is what it is. Ian knows the skin that I got, and Mikey G got to see one of them today. But other than that, don't tell him nothing. Nothing. Yeah, it's that good. And spent a little bit of money for it, but it was worth it. I was like, yeah. As a matter of fact, I won't tell you no more. It's really neat. It's really neat. You guys get a kick out of it. So you all get to see that soon. Let's see. I got it on sale too. There's two of them. There's only basically for the one that you've seen today was only one of them. It came in a package. That's all I can tell you. But you've seen one of them today. Only one of them. I'll tell you what, shortly after the stream, if anybody wants to see them, we could group up. I mean, I'm going to play a couple of rounds before I call it a night. But other than which, we're going to end the stream a little early tonight because, you know, like I said, I need to start getting ready to go back to work and that sort of thing. So it's going to be really interesting going back to work. I'm looking forward to getting this week out of the way. Of course, I get paid tomorrow. And again, tomorrow we're going to try to get some orders placed for some of the parts that we need for Spirit. We're on the home stretch. Not telling, huh? Ain't telling you shit. So that is the game plan. So I'll let y'all be surprised who don't get to see it until Tuesday Night Madness. I am looking for it. Ian, I'm looking forward to it, dang it. I'm chomping at the bit. I'm ready, man. I'm all fired up. But I do want to do the Rags to Riches run with you guys. No peeking. So, all righty. So next week we're going to be hunkering down. Hopefully, not telling, huh? Okay. Not tell. Heard you got the battle pass though. Right. Oh, I'm trying to get all the way so I can get the Eternal Night. Mainly just to hit that level 100 marker, which there's some questions I got to ask a couple of y'all that are above the 100 marker area. All right. So again, tomorrow, grow stream. Tuesday, I'm off. Yep. I heard Ian got you that battle pass. I can't wait to see what you equipped yourself with in the battle pass. So, all righty. So again, that's pretty well as it looks. We're just going to try to get into some DIY as much as possible. Yeah, I know, Ian. You're quite a ways up there. Ooh, she ain't telling. La-ti-da. All righty. So as soon as the stream shuts down, I'm going to be opening up Fortnite and going over to the PvP side. So if y'all want to see what it is that we got today, you're welcome to. If not, you all have to wait all the way till Tuesday. So that's pretty much as it stands. Like I said, I think when and then as soon as Princess Faye gets home, she gets to enjoy homemade bruschetta. And it didn't take us that long to whip it up. All righty. So that brings us to our usual spot. And again, tomorrow, Princess Faye will be live streaming at about noon my time. So hope you all are able to get in there and show some support for my beautiful wife. I'm missing her right now. Wish she was home. You'll wait till Tuesday to see it? Okay. Fair enough. All righty. So that brings us to the spot where I get to say to all of you, get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is. Just do something with yourself. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet. Do something special for them today. And as always, for all of you out there, if no one out there has told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.